I'm doing okay. I
Good.
apologize. I was a little late there.
No problem. Where do you live?
I'm in Virginia, right outside of DC, Gainesville.
Okay. I won't hold that against you, I promise.
How about you?
I'm in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
All right. Well, the sunset is pretty there.
Yeah, it's always sunset here.
All right. Well,
What kind
good.
of work do you do?
At the moment, I am the executive director of a nonprofit called Giver, GIVR, and we deal directly with those that are experiencing homelessness.
Okay.
But it is coming to an end, um, and I really just trying to sort of find something sort of that I can move on, make a little bit more money, and sort of build something in
Okay.
the last, you know, 20 years of my life, I guess, if I'm blessed for that.
Okay. Well,
And I
what we do
found,
is we help people design businesses or redesign businesses.
okay,
So, have you watched the top 10 most profitable businesses video on my profile, TikTok profile?
I, I did.
Okay. So bookkeeping, painting, digital products, selling software, any of those businesses are good businesses in my opinion. You can take $50,000 from a line of credit, design the business blueprint, aggressive marketing system to create branding and differentiation to create an unfair advantage and grab market share the same way Amazon did it.
Okay. And when you say, and just go back to painting. You said painting. Are you
Okay.
talking about
House
house
painting. House
house
painting.
paint?
Yeah.
Okay, so why would that be any different than some of the top 10 that you don't like soft wash? I think you threw soft wash or power washing in there. Aren't they basically the same from the standpoint of customer to customer and
Well,
uh,
okay. Power washing, the average sale is about $300. The average
okay,
sale in painting is about $5,000.
okay, all right,
So, and the reason we choose some of these businesses because we've managed to create, branding and differentiation to create an unfair advantage. So without
okay,
that branding and differentiation, create an unfair advantage, you're just like everyone else, and
sure,
everyone else is just making a living, right?
right, right, okay. So what specifically do you do? I hire you all to help me or you to help me build a business out. Is that
Yeah, we create the business blueprint and all the other 33 tools. We use proven strategies that have been tested elsewhere, and get you to $5 million within, anywhere from 3 to 4 years.
okay? Um, so let me ask you quickly about one other business, and then I'll ask you specifically what I think you can do for me. And I'm asking because my son literally just is launching this on the 6th of June. Is a discount appliances. So he's buying appliances discount
So scratch and
and
dent appliances.
correct.
Okay. Um, I had a neighbor on one of my buildings that did that, and we used to buy a lot of appliances from him. And he confided that he scratches his own stuff, right? It's just a gimmick. But
Yeah,
eventually people find out, people are pretty smart. They can comparison shop. Um, and retail is a horrible business,
yeah,
right? Um, and if he's truly looking for scratch and dent, eventually he's going to run out of product or he's going to get too much product at once and he has to warehouse it. In order to get good pricing, he has to buy whatever is available. I have a client
Yeah.
who does, buys off lease computers. Sometimes he can't get enough. Sometimes he has to buy 2 truckloads, like tractor trailer truckloads, and he has to store it somewhere. Now he has to dump it on the market. So it's
Yeah.
feast and famine.
Yeah.
When you create a business where you have a supply problem and a sale problem and a problem to find clients, now you've got triple the problems, right? But if I start a business with no supply issue, now I just have client issues or finding client problems. When you compound your problems, I mean, there's a 96% failure rate already. You don't need to
Sure.
make your business more difficult.
Yeah.
It's already difficult enough.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Okay. Well, I guess where I am is I'm in the process of sort of figuring out what I want to do.
Okay,
I'm
hold on, Frank. Why? Why does it matter what you do?
well, yeah. Let me back up.
Okay,
Yes, I agree with that. I don't. I mean, I'm not a painter, but I don't need to know how to paint.
exactly.
Um, um, and I don't know what other bit you said, bookkeeping or something else. So yeah, I mean, I definitely get what you're saying. I've been in lots of different spaces and didn't know much about any of them. Um, so, but I guess my point was is I I'm at the point of just sort of, timing wise, me making a decision to move on from what I'm doing now and seeing your video. I'm just sort of at that stage. I've thought about a lot of the things that you have said don't do. And that's what really intrigued me is I'm like, wow, that's something that I would have gotten into or thought of seriously gotten into. So I'm at that spot where I'm trying to pivot and figure out, what it is. Do I just need money and an idea and we're off and running? Tell me what you think I should be doing.
Okay. Well, I own shares in 19 different companies. How many of them am I passionate about? Zero. I don't care, right? I'm in the business of flipping businesses, right?
Okay.
Um, sure, Sir Richard owns 300 businesses, right? Dragon's Den people own hundreds of businesses, right? They trade businesses. A true entrepreneur buys and sells businesses. A true
Okay.
entrepreneur doesn't get stuck in a business for 20 or 30 or 40 years.
Right.
So it doesn't matter what the business is. Passion is something your employees have for the services that they offer. That's
Hmm.
your employee's passion, right? Or your supervisor's passion, right? But it should have nothing to do with, what you're passionate about. You should be passionate about playing golf or pickleball or whatever it is that you do. It's not about business. A business is a vehicle to get you from point A to point B. That's all it
Sure.
is, right?
Yep.
So when you look at it from that perspective, it's hiring quality people, quality employees that are passionate about the work that they do and get quality of life from doing it. Okay. And the other thing you should look at is painting, when you paint someone's house, they don't need you again for 5 or 10 or 20 years.
Sure.
Bookkeeping, you've got clients for life. Okay. That's one of the reasons why I like bookkeeping. And that's why it's number one, because as long as you keep the client happy, you've got them for life. Right. You don't have to keep going out to find new clients. And you
Right.
got referrals from your existing clients because you're doubling or tripling their profit. There has to be real measurable results. And most bookkeepers do not deliver, or accountants do not deliver measurable results where they brag to other business owners at networking events, right? That's why I'm passionate about that business,
Okay.
because you're producing millionaires. And when you produce millionaires, they're going to brag about you.
From a bookkeeping standpoint?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bookkeeping, maybe I'm looking at bookkeeping from a different perspective than you are. Bookkeeping is not putting numbers in the box. Bookkeeping is sitting down with a business owner and say, hey, here's where you're going wrong. And here are your projections. And here are your costs, day-to-day cost analysis from the 3 jobs you're doing. Okay. And this is where you're losing money. Here are your profit leaks. If you continue on this trend in 3 months, you're going to go bankrupt. You continue on this trend in 6 months, you'll have an extra $1 million in your bank account. Okay. That's not what business bookkeepers do. Very far from it. They just stick numbers in a box to prepare you for tax purposes. That's
Sure.
not, that's not what an advisor does.
Right.
Right. So we're taking that to the next level.
I see. Okay.
And also keep in mind, I've been looking at financials now for 40 years. I've been impressed maybe 4 or 5 times in 40 years. Okay. Because they're putting numbers in the right box, but they're not, doubling or tripling the client's profits.
Okay. So how would someone like myself get into bookkeeping?
Well, we already have a subcontractor until you're ready to launch your own business and hire your own employees. In the meantime, what's the most important factor in starting a business?
I would consider cash flow to me.
Well, you haven't started, so you have no cash, right? All the work is done before you launch your business. So, and what you're trying to do 1 to 3 years or 10 years before you launch your business is to develop credibility and trust. The most important part of any business is trust. People need to trust you, right? How do you develop trust? Well, you start by creating a following. This is why I'm trying to get to 20 million followers. Okay. And that's what we teach in our group networking or mentoring events.
Is building trust?
Building trust, designing the business blueprint. Tonight, we're talking about company culture. How to attract quality employees from your company culture.
Mm-hmm.
So either you can join the group mentoring events, which are $44 a month. We meet weekly, or individual mentoring if you want to move faster.
And that's like the 5 something.
$500 a month.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If I join the weekly group, does that give me a good idea? I mean, I'm still not clear really on exactly where it is or what it is that or how I'm going to actually start a business from what you're speaking about. If it's bookkeeping, do I just get into the bookkeeping business? Is that what you're telling me to do?
Well, you need to create a brand,
right?
You need to create a following. People, 100,000 people, 100,000 business owners need to know that you are the best in the bookkeeping market or arena, right?
Okay.
Without that, you're going to go bankrupt.
Okay. So you're saying
What I'm
from the
saying is I
standpoint
hold your hand throughout the whole process.
of right,
You are
building a
going to
following.
build, you are going to design and build the Empire State Building.
Okay.
Okay. You start with the design, then your people follow the design to build the Empire State Building.
Okay. All right. So what that means is that I'd have to do that on a part-time basis because I'd have to have cash.
Because you have to maintain your job to pay your expenses. Yes. It's
Right.
not going to happen overnight.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let me think about that because that's it's an interesting. I thought this was maybe a different was going to be a different conversation about maybe finding businesses to buy that are already up
Okay.
and
Well,
running.
if that's the conversation you want to have, we have a strategy to buy baby boomer businesses that want to retire for $1.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that video.
Okay.
Because literally millions of baby boomer businesses will be shut down over the next 2 years that have, a lot of value. The last time we worked on something like that, first offer was $10 million from a business that was going to be shut down. Okay.
Okay,
And we also have a list of CEOs and CFOs that will take over that business that or run that business on your behalf that have experience in the construction industry. Most of these businesses are in the construction industry.
that's interesting. I know a good number of guys in that business, so all baby boomers.
Mhm.
So, okay. So what would you suggest for me to be the sort of the best sort of starting point to get a good idea about what you all do, how you do it, and where I need to go?
Well, you can either keep watching the videos and getting to analysis paralysis. That's what 80% of the people do, and they get stuck in analysis paralysis. Or join the group mentoring events and see some of this work in progress.
Okay,
But if you're looking to start a business within the next 2 years, I would do the individual mentoring. And you automatically get access to the group mentoring, so you get the best of both worlds. Or start with group, then eventually getting to individual. It's up to you. But the point is, start something.
sure.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean, invest $44 a month to start creating a brighter future. I think is the least you should be doing for yourself.
yeah. I'm big on culture, so I'd love to just sort of jump in and sort of see what's going on and how things operate. So, okay. Well,
Those
this has been
links are on my TikTok profile.
Yeah, I did see those. I actually clicked on both of them. That's why I knew the 500. I saw both of them. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And when do those go off, the weeklies?
We have a new group starting tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Is that always on
Every
Wednesday?
Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yes.
Okay. That is a little difficult for me. Tonight, definitely I couldn't make that, but I'd have to shift a Wednesday meeting I have. Um, okay. Well, let me get on and maybe I'll start for next week. And jump in for next week.
Yeah. Well, if you join for next week, I'll send you today's recording anyways. We record everything.
Oh, that'd
So,
be great.
yeah.
Okay,
Then that way you're not missing anything. All right, so
fantastic.
click on that link. Let's get started. We'll see you next Wednesday then.
All right. Well, I really appreciate your time
No
and
problem.
look forward to sort of getting to know you a little more.
Okay, thanks, Frank. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you,
Bye.
sir. Bye-bye.